complete quadratics.
That slideshow thing?
All right, cool. So just to recap, what we've been working on is the quadratics, right? We're working on ax squared plus bx plus c, solving it either by factoring or by graphing or by square rooting or some other method. Today we're going to learn another method of solving quadratics. Okay, this one's called completing the square. So write down completing the square. This is our method today. So today we are learning a new method called completing the square. This is our quadratic, and we're going to use this method when we don't have the third term, when we don't have c. If c is missing, we're going to use this term, or if c is the wrong number. Okay, I'll show you what I mean by that. First of all, what is a square? A perfect square. A perfect square is a number that can be written as a square like that. Okay, so 49 would be considered a perfect square because it can be written as 7 squared. 36 is a perfect square because it's 6 squared. You can think of others, right? What's another one? 4, 100. Okay, those are perfect squares. What is a perfect square trinomial? A perfect square trinomial is a trinomial that can be written as a square like this. We did this in chapter 8. We took trinomials, we factored them to this. So this is familiar already. We square root here, we square root here, get 5, and then 2 5s make it 10, so it works. So we're looking at figuring out how to complete the square. Either the 25 is missing, or the 25 is the wrong number. Like it's a 5 or a 6 or a 7 or something that's the wrong number. We're going to change that number to make it work. We're going to figure out how to do that. Okay? So the trick for doing that is taking the middle number, dividing it by 2, and squaring it. Okay? So write down b over 2 squared as your trick. b over 2 squared.
Whoa.
b over 2 squared is your trick. If you go back and look, it'll make sense to you. Look at 10. Divide it by 2.
Oh,
And square it. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 squared is 25. So that's going to be our way to get from this number to this number.
dude, this is like,
All right?
it saved me like 9 hours,
I
man.
know.
Literally, 9
So b
hours.
over 2 squared is our trick. So for this one, we got 5. We need to take 5 divided by 2.
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5, or you can leave it as a fraction, 5 over 2, and then square it. So 5 over 2 squared would be? 5 over 2 squared would be 25 over 4. So that would be the value for C. How about for this one? 14,
Going with 2, 7 times 7 is 49.
right? 14 divided by 2 is 7. 7 squared. 7 squared is 49. So 49 is C. Okay, then for writing it, for writing the expression, you're going to write x plus b over 2 parentheses squared like that. So you would write x plus 5 over 2 squared. And that would be the complete square for that trinomial. This one would be x plus 7 squared. Okay, so all you're doing now is finding the value of c, but the second part said write the expression as a square of a binomial. So you gotta write
So why is it
x plus x plus something squared. So first find the c, then go back and write it. When you write the expression, you're writing half of the middle number. So b over 2 here. Okay, don't put b here. Don't put c here. We'll put c here. Put the b over 2. Okay, let's go through the middle Josiah, what is C?
X plus 4.
Just C.
Oh,
16. All right. Ashley. Ashley. C. 36. Ashley was in the van just the other day. I was bringing the mission team back. All right. Going across. 9/4. Okay, so when you write it out, it would be x squared plus 8x plus 16. That would be your trinomial. Then it says write the expression as a squared binomial. So then you write the square of the binomial, and that involves half of the b, right? Half of the b. Okay, so let's go across back. Tim? What do you got?
X plus 4.
Yeah, x plus 4 squared. There's Ann.
X minus 6.
X minus 6 squared. Let's get squared. Quantity, you can say quantity squared, you can say squared. Okay. James?
X plus 3/2.
Yeah. 8 squared would be 64. So we'll put 64 there. So add 64. But we have to add 64 to both sides of the equation to make it balance, right? So add 64 to the left, add 64 to the right. That keeps a balanced equation.
Wait,
But,
I don't, why do you add 64 again?
okay. I'm missing a c value. I have x squared plus, well, I have ax squared plus bx plus c as my form, right? But right now all I have is 2. I only have 2. I don't have a third term here. I have something over there, but on this side I have nothing. So I'm missing a c value. So I'm going to put a c, this is my c value, I'm going to put them for this trinomial here to make it complete.
Ew, how do you get 64?
I did that thing, b over 2 squared, right? So
yeah.
negative 16 over 2 squared. So it would be negative 8 squared is 64. Okay, so I got this. Then I can factor this. This becomes x minus 8 squared. Right? We just did that before. This is from previous factoring trinomials. This equals something. 64 minus 15 is how much?
49.
49. Okay. 49. Now we can use what we did before with our square roots. I can square root that. So if I square root this, I'll square root this, I get x minus 8, and I get 7, but I square rooted it, so it's really,
Plus or minus.
well, yeah, plus or minus 7. And then I can add 8 over. So x equals 8 plus or minus 7. What is 8 plus 7? 15. Okay? So it could be 15 or 8 minus 7, 1. Okay, Josh, what should you do first?
You should check if like then the b over 2 squared.
B over 2 squared. Let's see if it equals 18.
Yeah, negative 18.
That's actually what you do second.
But
you move it first.
Move the 18.
Oh, you can move the 18. You can do that too.
Divide by 3.
Ah, divide by 3. There you go. This has to be a what? 1. This has to be a 1. You can't do these problems unless this is a 1. So negative 6 is not the right one. Move the negative 6 over. You need to find a new value for c. So Good? Yeah.
I'm gonna calculate this.
Yeah. Great. For homework, you may have to write it out. Going good? Okay, so 4 divided by 2 is 2, 2 squared is 4, so you're adding 4 to both sides. So this becomes x plus 2 squared equals 10. Square root of both sides. So you get that. So x plus 2 equals plus or minus square root 10. X equals minus 2 plus or minus square root 10. And if you do not have a calculator, you can just leave it there. And that would be actually the more accurate answer, because the decimal would have to be rounded off, right? And a rounded off value is not as accurate. So this is more of an exact answer. That is the exact answer right there. If the instructions in the book say give the exact answer, when you hear the word exact, you're thinking, oh, I need the root, because a decimal wouldn't be exact, it would be rounded off. You have about 8 minutes to work.